Hello and welcome to Mock. You're here with me, Matthew, and we have yet another Skylanders Trap Team news update. This is number 24. So some pretty interesting stuff going on here. We've got a bit of packaging, a bit of exclusives, got a bit of news about Eon's Elite, and a few other things around about that's there. So let's move straight on and let's touch on the first thing in particular, which is the Legendary series. And as you can see straight away, you are seeing one of the new Legendaries to be announced, which is in fact Jawbreaker, one of possibly my top Trapmaster. Not number one, because I don't actually know what he's like in hand. I like the look of him. He still reminds me of a toaster. Don't know why, he just does. He's got a bit of a toaster shape to him. But I'm liking the look of this. You got the sort of same gold Traptanium fists, but he's mostly gold and what looks like black, but it's a very dark blue with that, maybe navy. But an awesome Legendary there, and I will definitely be getting that. So there's him, just a bit of an up close. You can see he's on his gears there. It looks really awesome. Liking the look of him. And on to this, which is a Legendary starter pack. This is very interesting. We have Legendary Blades, which I believe I touched on before. But here it is in packaging, and you might be able to see some differences. In fact, just maybe two, which is Blades himself or herself. I believe it would be a him. It looks very male. I'm going to just go with that. But the Hand of Fate is no longer possibly not going to be glow in the dark. You can see there it's gold, which is pretty cool there. So, just before I continue, Shadowcraft, Son of Herobrine, and Shadow Lightning Gaming, they did actually tell me about this picture, which I then found out the exact day. Found it and I thought, brilliant, we'll add that. So there's a shout out for you two there. But it looks really interesting, and what I'd probably be doing is actually keeping that in box and still getting the actual other adventure pack. Seeing as the one, if Blaze doesn't come out in a single pack, I'm going to have to get this, which is fine, but I'm going to keep this in the box. Seeing as it's a Legendary, I'd rather keep it in the box. But there we go. Apparently you can only get this at Toys R Us, so, you know, go looking. But as well as Jawbreaker, he'll be in Toys R Us as well. Although you'll probably be able to get him online elsewhere, but up to you. So let's move on. And there's Blades just up close in his sort of navy and gold form, and he looks really, really smooth. The wings look smooth, the sword is smooth. He looks really awesome. I cannot wait to see the comparison between the two of them, since you've got the white with the white and the blue, and then this one, which is, I mean, he looks awesome anyway. But or she, there we go. But we'll move on from there. And let's touch on this, which is the actual Hand of Fate itself. You can see there it's a gold paint job on it, so that's pretty interesting. Whether there's a difference in what it does or not is another thing. Now moving on, pretty interesting stuff here. Another Trapmaster to get another repaint, which this is going to be an exclusive. Nitro Krypt King. Interesting that they chose Krypt King, but he looks awesome in gold. An awesome figure. I actually really like those eyes as well. They're almost purpley blue. But the sword stays exactly the same as it probably as it did with Jawbreaker. But he looks very interesting, seeing the gold, the white, the purple, and the bit of like black on the sides and his arms and his legs and all that sort of stuff. But I really am going to be getting this guy. He's apparently going to be only at Target in America. Now, my guess is that if you're in the UK, it'd probably be in Asda. That's my guess. That's my... I'm guessing, because last year I think it was Hoot Loop, the Enchanted one. I think it was Target. But, of course, it could be anywhere else. So, you know, keep an eye out for that. I will let you know for the UK people what's going on with that. But I'm definitely going to be getting that one no matter where it is. So let's move on to just showing you a little bit of up close of him. I really like the look of him. He looks really, again, very smooth character, or maybe this is a computer design of it, but it does look a very smooth figure. And there he is in game, looking awesome. Really showing off all the detail there. The sword, don't know what level that is, but it's a level nevertheless. But I'm liking the look. Definitely the eyes are bringing out a lot of the detail there for Krypt King himself. So let's move on to Eon's Elite. So I was able to get this off Amazon.co.uk. I think it's also available pre-order on .com and probably all the other .itfr.de I think it is as well. But you'll see here for the UK, he's going to be released November 1st, which isn't that long between it. No, a few days. I mean, it's the next month, but it's not bad that they're bringing Spyro out. You can see $25.99. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. Let me know down below if you would be willing to pay that. I mean, it could go up to 30 in America, something like that. But for me, I'm on the fence at the moment. I mean, I know it's 3 times the attack, 3 times all the bits and bobs, but for all 8 of them to pay $25.99, I don't think I'll be getting all 8. I mean, if, for example, as a Trigger Happy, I'll probably get that one, because I really, really do like Trigger Happy a lot. But who knows, I could change my mind, but there we go. Pre-order for Spyro, and in fact Chop Chop as well, I'll be getting onto now. Bit of a zoom in there of him in and out of the box, and you can see his cards there. They are different. They do say Elite Spyro. And all of his stats actually go up to 500, and you'll see that the one there that has gone up to 500 is in fact his speed. So this guy could be like lightning going around the whole place. But an interesting character to be chosen. Obviously he would, because the whole thing has been thingied from Spyro himself. But there we go. And there's also Chop Chop there. Same day. I'm guessing maybe it'll be sort of every month you'll get 2. Possibly. Something like that. And I also like how the artwork on the side of the box actually has the character's outline on it. That's awesome. Same price, same day. Just Chop Chop from the undead element there. And on this one you can see his defense is in fact up to 500. You can see him in and out of his box like that. So awesome stuff going on there. So let's go on to the packaging of some new stuff which has been announced. Interesting stuff here. Finally got a good picture of Funny Bone, so I'm happy about that. Nice 3-pack here. I would be interested in it. However, I like to get them separate. I do think I've heard some rumours that apparently getting these in a 3-pack is better than separate. But for me, I like to get them separate. Like to have them in their own boxes. But it looks awesome to see this. It's nice to see a Funny Bone finally being shown off with the artwork. Hopefully they'll give us some final artwork. But we see him now. You got Sure Shot Shroom Boom there, and you've also got Chopper there. Ooh, Chopper is definitely my number 1. I cannot wait for. I just really like the look of him. He looks awesome. A really cool character to be having in your collection. Let's move on. Now, this intrigues me slightly because this is in fact the packaging for Bop and Terabyte. Now, could this mean that I was wrong about the life and it could be Earth? Now, I'd be over the moon if I got Bop on the day 1, because I think Bop is awesome. Or in fact Bash as well is awesome. I really like the look of him, and if this is true, fantastic, because I'll be able to get the Tex I want and the Earth I want. They're my top elements. I just really like those. Let me know down below as well, what's your favourite element? I want to know, and possibly why, because be interested to find out what the difference is between each of my subscribers and viewers. So let's go on, and here it is, Drobit and Trigger Snappy. Liking the look of these two. We've seen the packaging before. There's a bit of a HD-ish look at the packaging there. We've also got Spry and Mini Genie. I think this is confirming who we might be seeing Wave 1, although it might not. It could be completely different. And you've also got Hijinks and Ice Small in the packaging. So looking awesome there, all 4 of them, all like that. Okay, and now moving on to the traps. This is some interesting stuff going on here. Basically just different pictures of the different types of traps. So we've got a scepter and a torch here for the fire element. We've got the axe, the orb, and the skull for the undead element. The eagle and the torch for the life element. We've also got the axe and the skull for the magic. We've got axe, log head, and air jug head as well for the water. And for the air, we got the jug head and the eagle. And then for the earth, we've got the eagle, the orb, and the hammer. And then the tech there. So a few of them shown off. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the traps. Like I've stated before in the competition itself, it's very hard to judge what they're going to do. Maybe we're going to get a list, hopefully, of some of these. But maybe this is actually showing us what we might be getting for Wave 1. Just a few of them. Which is interesting to see, you know. Possibly, you know, there's only one tech, which is surprising. But maybe in the first, like, 5 chapters, you don't get a tech. Or only get one tech. Who knows? But there we go. So, let's go on to this. Okay, so Skylander pictures here. Bit of HD of Lobstar here. Lobstar looks awesome, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's got some sort of rush attack as well. That spike looks pretty deadly there. And also his stars are very pointy. I'm noticing that on the picture here. But this is definitely one of the characters I can't wait for. In fact, a Trap Master I can't wait for. And he does look awesome. I cannot wait to have him in my collection. And to also see his upgrades in a bit of gameplay, hopefully soon. We got Sure Shot Shroom Boom, and he looks as if he's attached chewing gum to himself. It really does look like chewing gum, but you can see he's about to self-slingshot. I think that's one of the upgrades, I think is called self-slingshot. But he's got spikes on his head, so that might have been an upgrade maybe in Giants. But awesome looking guy there. We've got Gilgrunt here, Tidal Wave Gilgrunt on his Serpent. I like this one. We'll be getting that one because I really like the look of it. We got Fizzy Frenzy Pop Fizz, whose eyes are insane, and it's like a rage meter in them. It's like going from like bright yellow to ruby red. Wow, I can't wait to see this guy because this guy looks awesome. I wouldn't be surprised if he's as big as his counterpart from the previous Swap Force game where he was on that bottle, because that was a pretty cool one as well. I like the big bottle, but can't wait to see this guy in hand, and actually just to be able to put your finger in his mouth and actually get him to bite you. That'd be pretty funny. But there we go, that's that one. We've also got Hogwall Frino. I'm loving the look of this motorcycle. Holy moly, this guy looks amazing. He's got some gloves on, which are almost bronze. The bike is just awesome. It's got like the front of a bicycle and then the back of a souped up super duper monster truck. And he looks like he's having so much fun. I mean, anyone would on that thing. Cannot wait to get this guy in hand as well. He could be a pretty big one. They seem to be upping the size on some of these, which is, you know, pretty cool that they're doing that rather than having smaller ones, even though we got the minis, but there we go. We've also got Fist Bump, one of my top ones that I'd like to see as well. Liking the look of him. He looks almost like a panda, but it's not a panda, don't worry. It's some sort of rock golem. He's got a really cool back shell. I wouldn't be surprised if some of his upgrades maybe are for armor. But I'm liking the look of that one. We've also got Treadhead, who we can see a lot up close now, and that he's actually wearing what looks like a Formula 1 suit. I'm liking the look of this. The spikes around the treads. Can't wait to get this guy in hand. He almost looks like the base could be almost giant size, maybe. But I like how he's just like really strong on the I don't know what you call it really, like the 3-wheeled thing. Maybe one of his attacks could be the whole thing spins around and he's just inside like, yeah, I'm enjoying this, and he's getting really dizzy. But one of the top that I'd like to see as well. Some images, closer up images of some of the ones that we haven't actually seen, like in figure. Well, I say in figure form, but like, you know, that have been released fully. Although this one has, or all of them have now. But there we go. This is Fling Kong. Liking the look of this guy. A white monkey on a surfboard throwing an air element. Wouldn't be surprised if he hovers, like there's like an air cloud underneath him, but it's really cool that we got a monkey for the air element. But he really looks awesome. A bit of armor around him. Probably another upgrading person that you'll be able to upgrade his armor to make him a bit more better. And I wouldn't be surprised if his tail comes into his attacks, maybe like flinging the things rather than his hands. That might be pretty interesting to find out. We've also got Cobra Kadabra. We can see definitely up close here of him. Almost, it looks like he's firing a needle out of that flute. The smoke's coming out of that pot. So that's I think the moves that he's going to be. He's going to probably have the smoke coming out of the pot. Maybe hovering, another hovering character possibly. Trailblazer, the pony, the horse with the fire. Still reminds me of the Pokemon. It really does look a lot like it. The head is pretty interesting because it almost looks like a chimney from the side. Yeah, it does look a bit like a chimney. But awesome character there. It looks pretty cool. Echo here, who I think is definitely going to be a girl. And in fact, actually, let's go back. Now, I think looking at this, that could possibly be a male. And the name seems pretty masculine as well. But Echo, I definitely think, will be a female water element. And it does look, it's very scaly. It's got they're horns. The fins at the back, it's got some spikes around the armor around the neck and the two front feet. The back tail almost reminds me of like a seahorse or something. I could be totally wrong. It could be something. It's hopefully we'll get a bit more information of Echo and some of the others pretty soon. There's Tough Luck, who I'm pretty guaranteeing that those are leaves or some sort of really sharp crystal things, but they really do look like leaves. I mean, if you're from the life element, then I think you're going to have leaves as something. But it almost looks like it's a squirrel. I think it could be a squirrel, although the tail isn't as bushy as a squirrel, but the end is. But it does look very squirrel-like. A lot of armor there, so maybe not going to be an armor upgradable one, but the blades look awesome there. Enigma, I'm liking the look of this one, definitely up close. Cannot wait to see this guy properly, up close in a picture. But the Traptanium thing actually looks like a ball now, and like a scythe sort of thing. So, and I can see this guy in the undead element, but maybe not. I mean, the magic staff possibly, But, you can't see a lot in terms of legs, but those sort of tornado-y things, that's all I can, or the clothing that's been ripped, almost looks like it's making a leg, sort of like one's on the actual base, and the other one's sort of crooked off to the side, and he's only got one hand, but I'm guessing maybe the cloak sort of makes the hand or something like that, but an awesome character there. Thunderbolt, I am liking the look of this one. This guy looks awesome. A big, hunky sort of god with lightning bolt eyebrows. A beard which is detailed to the max. The sword looks like OP. It's just overpowering, spikes everywhere. It's, death to the chompies. He's on the cloud. I think he's the god of all air elements. He's just, amazing, this guy. Awesome. I cannot wait to see this guy from maybe the back, and actually some HD awesome pictures of this guy. And then we also have Shortcut, who for me looks almost as if he could be wooden. The reason I say that is because his face, the detailing on it almost makes it look like wood. So maybe he's some sort of wood character, but he's got that cloak over him. It's a little bit complicated. But I love those Traptanium scissors there. They're amazing. And he's got stitches on the hat and his head, so maybe he cut his head or something. Maybe they landed on his head or something. But awesome character there. Should be really cool to see him up close and personal, all that sort of stuff. But there we go, the news update is over for today. Some pretty interesting stuff. It's definitely gearing up now. We're definitely getting a lot more information, a lot more pictures, a lot more everything now for Trap Team. I wouldn't be surprised if it's released early. I'm joking, that won't happen. They will never, they would never do that. But I'm honestly, like I've said, every other update, I'm on the edge of my seat now. I really just want that day to be here, be able to go out, get these figures, bring them back, and just start this massive game, which is going to be awesome. But there we go. So if you have enjoyed this news update, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. You can also like the video, so I know you're enjoying this video in particular. You know, and also you can check out on the front of the channel. You'll be able to see the competition that's going on at the moment for Wave 1 figures. If you haven't already, check that out. Good luck to everyone who is entered, and you can also comment down below, like I've said throughout the video. And be interesting to see what all of you say. So there we go, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next news update, which will be tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Got some pretty interesting stuff in terms of UK, the competition, and a haul video, so look out for that tomorrow. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I'll see you then. Goodbye.